All right, guys, we are just leaving Irma's Tacos, but today we have a fun video in store for you guys. We have to go check on some of our clients' houses, so we thought we would bring you along to see what it's like when you work with us in new construction. Obviously, we do a lot with resale as well, but today is kind of a new construction day. So we thought,
today,
you know what?
Today is a new construction day.
It is a new construction day. So you know what? We're gonna take you with us and show you what we do for our clients when you're purchasing new construction in Venice, Florida. All right, we are going to, the first thing we have to check on is actually not a house, it's a lot in Everly. But while we're driving, I thought it would be really good to do a little Q&A with Richard, because if this is your first time watching, you definitely don't know his background, but we get a lot of questions from our clients when we Zoom with them, when we first meet them, and they're deciding to work with us, that I thought we would go ahead and answer in this video while we're driving, since we're taking you on this little tour with us today. And so if this is your first time watching and you don't know, let's start with asking Richard, you know, what is your background? And, you know, that's really why a lot of people hire us when they're thinking about building or purchasing new construction.
Okay, so there's 22 years of experience here, so I'm gonna kind of condense it for you so it's not too boring. I started out in a residential development. I started in acquisition pieces of land. And then as I was in residential development, I was in charge of horizontal construction for the particular company that I was working for at the time before I started my own. Then I continued on and started a building company with 3 partners. Had a good time building. Unfortunately, the bust came through, and you know, I decided, hey, building's not for me right now. So I went on to the next venture, and the next venture was flipping homes with Franchesca. So when we lived in Central Florida, we flipped a lot of homes in Central Florida, I'll just put it that way. At the same time, we also worked with hedge funds. So, you know, after the bust, the banks were just unloading properties, as everyone knows. So we were picking these properties up and selling them to hedge funds. So after that, we kind of got into more of the general real estate realm. So I did that for a little bit. Franchesca and I both started together. We started it in the actual luxury department with a certain broker. And we enjoyed that for a while. And then I moved on, and I decided to kind of backtrack a little bit, just because I had all the builder relationships from, you know, being a land developer and selling lots to builders. I decided, hey, you know what? I want to go ahead and try working out for a builder. So I started working for a national builder, one of the largest in America. Worked for them for a while, so got to know that part of the business really well. The sales part, the construction part, obviously I already had, but it just all came together for me. So I did that for a while.
How long did that last, Richard?
It only lasted 6 months. I had to get back to general real estate. So.
That was probably his least favorite part of this whole story.
And it wasn't because of the builders, it was just because of, I'm not an office guy. So I like to be out on the streets.
Awesome. So I think now that you all have heard kind of our background, I think that's really why a lot of people hire us when they're thinking about new construction. We're really new construction specialists, but also even for resale, one thing that I see Richard do for our clients a lot is that he walks properties with them, and he's able to kind of give them an idea on numbers when they're thinking about, you know, adding something maybe after they close on their new construction home, or if we're looking at resale and people are looking at it and wondering, you know, how much is it going to cost to rip up this flooring and put new flooring down? You know, I don't like this flooring. I don't like the kitchen. I want to redo it. Yeah. You know, Richard is very, you know, well versed with all of the numbers in the construction world. So I think that's a big help when you're walking homes with a realtor who can do that for you.
Yeah, we have relationships with a lot of different vendors and subcontractors, so we can help our clients out.
Yeah. Okay, so we are on our way to check our client's lot. We're waiting for his slab to get poured. He's building a John Cannon home. But another question for Richard. A lot of our clients are from out of state. Most of them are from out of state. And a lot of times people don't know this, but can you tell everybody what you do for our clients who are out of state and who are either building a new construction home or purchasing a new construction home, because a lot of times they ask us, you know, what are they going to do if they can't make it back to meet with the builder and do some of these things that you do when you're building a new construction home. So what do you do for our out-of-state clients?
Yeah, so if you're out-of-state or in-state, we really do the same thing for you. So let me just take you through the process. Obviously, you're going to find a home that you want to build, and you're going to contract that home. Once it's contracted, it's going to go through the permitting process. Once it's permitted, they can go ahead and break ground. But right before you break ground, what I like to do is meet with the builder, with you if you're in-state. If you're not in-state, I meet with the builder for you, and we have what's called a pre-construction meeting. We go over the set of plans of the house that you're actually going to be building to make sure that everything's included that you wanted in the home when you contracted it. Once that's done, they'll go ahead and break ground on the home, and they'll start building it. The next step is going to be us checking on the home. So either I will check on the home or one of our team members will check on the home for you as it's getting built. And then the next stage is going to be what we call the pre-drywall stage, which is very important. So this just means basically you have a shell of a house, the roof's on it, but there's no drywall in the house. So when you go to that pre-drywall meeting, it's very important that you're represented by an inspector. So some builders will allow you to have an inspector on a pre-drywall meeting, and some builders will not. However, it is very important, if you can, hire an inspector. We use Pillar to Post. We use a guy named Brad, typically with Pillar to Post. He's like a new construction specialist, so he really can find anything and everything if there's an issue. It's very important that you attend this pre-drywall meeting so that you can make sure that all your fixtures are in the right place, right, so on and so forth. So the next step after the pre-drywall is done, obviously your drywall will go up, a builder will move forward, and then you will get another meeting about a week and a half to a week before your closing, and you'll walk the home, and you'll get to, you know, do the blue tape thing all over the house. At that point in time,
there's two different inspections clients get, right? So they have another inspection right before that final walkthrough.
Yeah, so what happens is Brad will come through like 2-3 days before you come through to do your inspection right before, you know, before you close. So Brad will come through, have a second inspection, and he'll look at all the cosmetics of the home, if you will, and make sure everything is the way that you want it. And then, of course, you know, you go through that blue tape process and you pick out everything, and then it gives the builder, you know, a week or a week and a half to make all these modifications, changes that you need.
These are some of the meetings that I see Richard attending on a regular basis for our clients who are out of state. So I just wanted to put that out there because a lot of times people don't know what they're going to do when they want to purchase something that's out of state. But we make it definitely a lot easier for all of you out there. And just to mention this, if you've been watching the news lately, you've probably heard about all the changes in real estate and commissions. I'm not going to talk about all of that, but I do want to let you know that all of the new real estate changes that are taking effect on August 17th really don't affect new construction. The builders are still paying us our commission. That's not going to change, so you don't have to worry about any kind of extra fees to the buyer when you're working with us in new construction. All right, now we are at our client's lot. It doesn't look like much has changed.
All right, so nothing's going on lot 17 here in Everly. So there's some things I can do with my background is I can go into permitting and find out exactly where they are in permitting and find out when they're going to start.
And this is the lovely afternoon weather that we deal with here in Florida in August. Let's talk about how important it is to, real estate is all about relationships. And Brad, our inspector, we do a lot of business with Brad. We've been working with him for a while now. And one of the things that he just did for one of our clients, which I thought was worth noting, was, he went out to do an inspection. Our clients are purchasing an inventory home. And he went out there to do the inspection. Our clients picked out a really basic package. And the package did not include reading moisture in the walls or anything like that. Hurricane Debbie just came through, as y'all know. And, Brad felt like there was a little bit of moisture in the ceiling. So he went ahead and got his equipment out and did it for our client anyways, even though they didn't order that in their inspection, because he just wanted to make sure that they didn't have any roof leaks or anything like that, and that they could, you know, fix it before they close on the home with the builder. So I just really thought that that was really cool that he went over and above for our client to make sure that they were protected.
It was a really good thing that he did go over and above because of the fact that he did find a small leak.
Yeah.
So he found that small leak, and obviously the builder's going to fix that before our client closes on the home.
Yes.
So it's very important to get those inspectors out there at the final inspection to make sure that your home is properly built. All right, so we're on to our next stop now. We have a client that just purchased a home in Abilene here in Willow Park, and they need their garage measured because they need to confirm that they can fit one of their vehicles inside the garage.
So Avelina is closing out, but our clients just scored one of the last homes that they have. So super excited for them. They just want to guarantee that they can get their truck in, but we're going to find that out right now. So this is the house. And obviously, because this neighborhood is closing out, our clients got a really great deal on this home. Super excited for them.
All right, so this is what we do for our clients, especially when they're out of state. They want to know the measurements here for a table. We'll do this first. And if I don't do it, we send out usually our son-in-law that works with us to do stuff like this, because obviously I've trained him in construction. So they were looking for this measurement for a table, 84 by 12. So we are here to measure this garage today to make sure that our client can fit their 18-foot truck in the middle of the garage. They have a car planned for over here, and their truck is planned for right here. So standard size garages here, and with these track builders like Neil and a lot of other ones that we work with, typically you got a 20 by 20 garage on the 2-car side, and then on the 3rd car side, you have some different measurements. So our client needs 18 feet. Here's 18 feet right here. He may have to hang a tennis ball up there. So I think we're gonna have to put a tennis ball up there so he doesn't hit the wall. I've seen that happen a lot. I get phone calls for it too. Hey Richard, my wife ran into the wall. Do you have a drywall contractor? It happens all the time.
I would never do that. Never.
All right, so
we're good to go?
Yeah, his truck will fit just great.
Okay, awesome.
Wonderful. It's always a good peace of mind to know that. We won't have to buy another vehicle.
All right, guys. Now we are off to our next house that is actually in Westport, which is Port Charlotte. And we are going to check on it. It has just gone through pre-drywall inspections, so we have some things to check on there.
All right, so now we're on our way to another client's house that just had a pre-drywall inspection, which we talked about. That's very important. So we're gonna go ahead and check out the house before I meet with the builder to do a walkthrough on the property.
All right, so we are almost to our client's house.
Yeah, so what I like about checking out the houses at this part of, actually this stage of construction, is very important. The stage of construction of this house is pre-drywall. We just had a pre-drywall inspection with one of our preferred inspectors, and his name is Brad with Pillar to Post. We've been working with him for about 15 years. He does a great job. He's a new construction inspector. He's a specialist, really. But let's go check out this house. So one of the first things that we're looking for here is what kind of condition is the roof in right now. We have no shingles on the roof, as you can see up here. So the underlayment that's up here is peeling away. Obviously, the builder's got to come back and fix that, right? That will be on the inspection report. That's one thing.
This is, after Hurricane Debbie's come through here, so.
Yeah, which isn't bad. The house didn't take on any water. There's no flooding over here. It's been great. This is one of my favorite parts of this business, is that I get to see this part of it. You know, being a builder developer, you know, obviously this is very important to me, for my clients, to see what's inside these walls before the drywall goes up. So obviously we're focused on electrical. You can see electrical coming in here, right? We're focused on the HVAC duct work that's going through. You want to make sure it's not pinched, right? Because you want that air to flow in your house. Other things we look out for, like this is the office for this particular home. So we're definitely looking at, okay, where's the Cat 5 cable? Where's the coax cable? This particular client wanted Cat 5 cable dropped right here in the home. The Cat 5 cable is not dropped here yet. The coax cable is. So that's one thing that we caught. So we'll get that in there. Some other things that we look at that are extremely important before the drywall goes up is your pendant lighting. All right? Everybody loves their pendants over there. Their nice, beautiful kitchen. So this is the kitchen area over here, if you will. This is where the sink will be. So obviously you want to see that your sink's located in the right area. The construction plans are here. When I come in and look at the house, I take a look at the construction plans. So does the inspector. It's very important. And then we're looking at the pendant lighting. So we have 3 pendant lights coming in right here. So what we all like to do is really center ourselves in the house so that we can see that the pendant lighting is centered on your island. So when you're looking at your kitchen, you want to make sure they're centered. So I can look at them right here. They look pretty centered, but of course your inspector, he's going to make sure, he's going to use a measuring tape. Unfortunately, as a realtor, when I'm in here, I can't use any tools. I can't use measuring tapes. I can't use moisture meters, things of that nature, but I can visually look at the property for you. So.
Tell everybody about our clients. We had clients building a home and they had a pendant light disaster that we caught and we were able to get fixed for them.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal with pendant lighting. So if your pendant lighting is not perfect now before the drywall goes up, and the drywall does go up, all right, let's just say the drywall goes up. Well, after the drywall goes up, they're gonna texture it. If the pendant lighting is off and they have to come back and fix it, in order for it to look the best it can look, you are going to, if you have a problem, let's just say one of the pendant lights, it's a few inches off, and you're looking at it and you don't like it. Well, in order to redo the ceiling properly, really for this house, you would have to redo the kitchen ceiling with the knockdown. That's the texture that goes on top of the drywall. And then you would have to redo the living room area, the dining room area. You would have to redo the whole area for that to flow so it didn't look like there was a patch made. So that's one of the things that we look for.
Yeah, we caught it one time in our client's house, so their ceilings got redone.
Another good part of this stage of the game is you get to make sure that, look, our client has a TV going in out here. You want to make sure that's out here. All right, and then obviously we want to look at lighting up here. They're going to have a fan hanging in the middle. They're going to be building a pool back here. So you want to make sure those things are all centered. Another good story for you is one of our clients was building a house and we all missed it. The inspector missed it. The builder missed it. I even missed it. However, we did catch it at the end of the build because what I do for our clients, and I've already told you this, is during the construction build, I'll come in or someone from our team will come in and they'll take a video of the house. So at this stage right here, you'll have a video for your portfolio. Very important to have. Nice to go back, hey, there's wires here, whatever you want to look for. But anyway, back to this story. So this is the shower, and we're in the bathroom right now. But one of our clients had a little enclave that was supposed to go in the wall, say in this section right here, so you can store your shampoos and your conditioner and all that kind of stuff. Well, they forgot to frame it in. So because they didn't frame it in, when the drywall came in and the green board, whatever type of board the builder's using in the shower was put in, they just put it right over where the enclave was supposed to be, so it never got put in. And when they were done with the house, we discovered, looking at the plans, looking at the videos,
Whoa.
it should have been there.
Our client was not here. They were not local when the house was being built. They were actually in the military and they were in Hawaii. And they used to watch the video on repeat in their office. They would have it just playing in the background. So they had everything memorized about the house, and they realized that the enclave wasn't in the shower from watching the video over and over. But that's why those videos are so important.
Yeah, and so what our client did is we obviously talked to the builder. The builder came back, they took the tile off the wall, they put the enclave in, they made everything look perfect, and they closed on the home, so it all worked out great. But that's what's important about the videos. Another important thing to look for is sometimes, you know, here in Florida, this lumber inside the house can be sitting outside for days before they put it up. So you can find mold on these 2x4s, or these 2x6s, I should say. So this isn't really a big deal. The builder's gonna come clean this off. Not a big deal, move on with their lives. But that's why it's important to have us either looking at the house for you, and then most importantly, having the inspector look at the house. So those are a few things that we like to look at within the house before you close on the home. So what's really important, again, I'm gonna stress on it, is the pre-drywall walkthrough.
All right, that's enough for this house.
Oop.
The rain is following us.
Yeah, we're driving into it now.
And just in case you were wondering, we have really just showed you 3 of our favorite communities today. Everly, Abilena, Beach Walk. It doesn't get better than some of these communities.
Yeah, Beach Walk is definitely one of my favorites.
Funny story, our clients who are purchasing this home actually visited Beach Walk when it had first opened and the amenities weren't open yet. And so the wife really just didn't feel like she loved it. She didn't have any feelings towards it one way or the other, and told us, I really don't care about Beach Walk. I don't want to look at Beach Walk. So we looked around in a bunch of other communities and finally came to the realization that we really needed to find them a new construction home, long story short. So lo and behold, we ended up at Beach Walk and they fell in love. I mean, it really makes a big difference when the amenities are open. That's really, I think, what seals the deal here in Beach Walk is just the amenities and the people and just the lifestyle here. So when they came and saw that, then it was just a totally different story. So we're really excited for these clients of ours that are getting such a great home. Oh man, that just does not look good up there. And look at that. That, I don't know if you guys can see, but that is the restaurant that they've been working on, and it is really coming along now. I think it's supposed to be open by December, so they're definitely making some progress on that. Right there. Okay, we are trying to beat this horrendous weather. All right, Richard, tell us what you are doing
So
here.
this particular home had a few cracked tiles. It had that leak we talked about earlier. So what I do is I come out with the drone, I just fly the drone over the roof to make sure there's no cracked tiles. It's very common that when you're building in this type of home, when you have a concrete tile roof, that they crack when people are walking on it. So anyway, we're just gonna make sure that we don't see any cracked tiles that were on the report.
This is the new thing Richard has been doing for our clients, that he helped a builder in another community with another home that we had under contract. He got out with the builder and decided to just put the drone up so they could see the cracked tiles.
Yeah, so I could actually see where the leak was right here. That's where the leak was, and that was repaired.
Oh, it was?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And as far as the cracked tiles, I see that they have all been replaced.
Oh, good.
So that's just one of the things we do for our clients. It helps the builders out too. So there was a couple other issues with the house. The dishwasher wasn't hooked up, some little minor issues. I'm hoping that's all been taken care of. All right, so you saw earlier today a house that was in pre-drywall, and we talked about the stages of construction. So on Monday, we're gonna have that walkthrough that we talked about where you blue tape everything. So this particular house, the builder's already been in here. I can see he's put some tape in some certain areas.
Yeah.
They've done some touch-ups on the drywall.
We got it.
So this is what we do for you guys out there.
Look at this backyard, it's gorgeous. Nice and private.
So again, I'll meet with the builder on Monday. We'll go through the inspection report. And this obviously needs to be straightened out a little bit. There's some other issues that we'll get taken care of on Monday. And then between Monday and Friday, when our clients close, all these issues will be taken care of.
All right, that concludes our tour today. That was 4 houses that we showed you. Ooh, and we are just barely beating this storm.
We just beat that storm with the drone.
Wow, just barely. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We took you along while we looked at our clients' homes and we showed you what we do for our clients when they purchase new construction homes. If you have any questions about anything that you saw today, make sure you reach out to us, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, whichever one you prefer. But we don't stop working until you are a Sarasota County resident. We'll see you on the next video, guys. Bye-bye.
That was fun. See you on the next one.